Tonight, disturbing new details about the tragic shooting of a St. Paul teenager outside a neighborhood rec center. That teen was shot in the head and continues to fight for his life at the hospital. Today, we learned the 26-year-old alleged gunman is a St. Paul city employee. Kent Erdahl joins us live outside the St. Paul Police headquarters with more. Hey, Kent.
Chris, St. Paul police tell us that there's no update on that victim tonight, and the suspect investigation, well, they're still working on it. So they haven't officially charged him yet, and until that happens, we won't be naming him. But as you mentioned, we did learn today that he's been an on and off employee of the city for the last 13 years. And for the last year, he's been working at that rec center where this took place. He was a community recreation specialist, meaning it was his job to be working directly with kids and families there. But we don't know what kind of interactions he had yesterday that led to all of this, causing such devastation in the community tonight.
What happened yesterday is layers and layers of grief for our community on so many levels that fill us all with questions that we have to acknowledge.
St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter says those questions include both what led up to the shooting outside the Jimmy Lee Recreation Center and how and why the 26-year-old employee, now under arrest for it, allegedly had a gun in the first place.
We do, as a city, prohibit city employees from carrying firearms at work. And so that element of this will certainly be a part of the ongoing investigation.
But whether that employee was even working at the time is a question the city still can't answer.
Rec centers are very dynamic, where schedules can change on a dime. So we are trying to figure out what the scheduling components were and all those things to find out the answer to that question.
Tonight, all operations at the center are on hold indefinitely as the city determines how to provide support to families and staff while ensuring security into the future.
We are shocked by this. And I am one of those parents who sends my children to our rec centers in general, as well as the Jimmy Lee Recreation Center in specific. So we ought to be shocked by this. Our perspective will continue to be that every effort that we can make from what happens on the ground at our recreation center to how we engage our young people to how we establish our policy framework on a state level around gun violence ought to all be geared together on preventing anything like this from ever happening anywhere in our state ever again.
Now, the state policy that you heard Mayor Carter reference there at the end is something that he drew attention to today, saying that the city can't prohibit guns at rec centers for the public. He said that's because they're superseded by state law. That's something he said that they've been trying to change even before this incident. And again, he called on the state legislature to take action on that. Of course, we'll see what happens in the weeks and months to come. Chris?
But we still don't know the cause or the circumstances around why the shooting occurred, correct, Kent?
Correct. Again, the St. Paul police say they hope to have more information on that, which would come out with the charging documents and all of that. But for now, everyone can only say that it's an ongoing investigation.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your help.